We're live.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Peace. It's Nyla, Coach Nyla, one of the co-founders of OutstandingPersonalRelationships.com. We are live.
Assalamualaikum. Peace. It's Coach Fatimah. How are you guys? Nice to see you. We're live. I'm saying.
Yeah, we are doing. If you guys got the email, you are here. I'm pretty sure this is how you guys found out, either social media or all that other good stuff. I'm right in there. You're looking at probably right there. Yes. Yeah, see, that's the thing behind the scenes. All over the place. So I'm trying to figure out what camera we're looking at. All right, so Facebook Live. Now we're doing a short Q&A. We're behind the scenes filming our new course from monogamy to polygyny. So yeah. And we have your short little Q&A right now. So hey, let's go look at the questions. What we got. Send us your questions. Send us your questions. So we're going to see what we got right now so we can answer some of your questions that you sent to us.
Just give us a second, y'all. We're getting it together right here. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, abuse. Okay, yeah, this is a deep question. What does abuse look like in polygyny? Well, pretty much abuse in anything is abuse, whether it's polygyny, monogamy, or anything like that. Abuse in polygyny is just the same, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. It's someone being controlling
or
neglectful. Yeah,
and that part of it, that's being controlling.
It looks the same all around the board. I mean, not it's the same thing, but whether it's in polygyny, monogamy, whether it's parent-child, single, whatever, is abuse is abuse, and a lot of it comes in the form of manipulation, where a person can take away, or we can allow people, and you're gonna hear us say allow so much, because when we say a person has done this to us, or someone has done this, or someone has done that, we totally take the power away from us.
Exactly.
The power it's like we create. I'm trying to be very careful with it because I know it's a touchy subject, but we can create our own victim mentality. And I'm going to say that I know people are going to have a problem with that, but seriously, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from being a person who was in past relationships and things as far as that, and growing up being physically abused and that stuff. So I know what abuse looks like. And a lot of it comes from a person trying to take power from you, and that's power in your power, try to like disempower you.
Exactly.
And that can be with anything.
They try to dehuman, when there's some type of neglect, especially in polygyny. I think, and we've talked about this privately, we've talked about it on lives. I think sometimes people fall in love with the idea of polygyny, but they're not twice the man, like our husband was saying, that you need to be balanced and be and practice fairness and practice it in a healthy way. We're blessed because we've always been in a place of respect and mutual respect for each other's position as wives, not side pieces, not baby mamas, not any of that. So we do know there are some horror stories. We've heard them. We've seen some things, unfortunately, but we're here to help. So, and I think sometimes people don't even know they're being abused, and some know it full well what it is. So you can be being abused and not even know what that even looks like in your life.
Because a lot of people would say, or some people would say, it's for the good of the relationship, or it's for the good of the kids. It's like they would take whatever comes at them or is thrown at them for what they think is the good of the family dynamic. And if the family dynamic is not healthy, then it's not for the good of the family.
It's not serving your children either, because they're watching abuse unfold, and they're either going to be a statistic of abuse, or they're going to abuse someone, or maybe they'll grow up like we did and help someone guide their navigate it and say, okay, this is what it is. And you have to think about, do you need to remove yourself from that situation? We're never going to say stay in an abusive situation ever.
At all.
So, you might not like what we say all the time, but we're not going to say anything that's going to cause anyone else any type of mental or physical harm,
dysfunction,
or abuse or dysfunction.
So like, peace.
That was a serious question.
Yeah, that's deep.
Talk about maybe some narcissism. I know we had those.
Oh yes.
So let's get into
Okay.
Let's get into that.
The narcissism, because that's a lot of where a lot of the abuse stem from, is narcissistic behavior.
Exactly.
And you have different types. You have people who, oh my gosh, you have some narcissists who they're the ones where they almost play the victim,
right?
Because they want the attention, right? So they want a lot of attention, or they play the victim. So there are some people who want to get out of a relationship or feel like the relationship is not for them, and the person will say, "Oh, you said you're going to be with me forever," or
I'm going to kill myself.
or I'm going to kill myself. But they threaten harming themselves.
They even do it with their kids.
Yeah,
say, I'm going to hurt the kids if you leave me.
Yeah, if you leave me.
Like
so it's kind of like I said, when it comes down to it, it's about manipulation. It's about manipulation. It's about trying to take control over a person or a situation by the means of manipulation. So and a lot of it does come from the narcissists. You have the narcissists who are very controlling, and they're firm in the way they want to control, that you can't do this, you can't be around these people, you can't, they keep you away from keep you away from friends, family, anybody who
they
can
isolate you.
Isolate you, exactly. Right. So you have that stuff as well.
There's a lot of red flags, and I think we need to allow ourselves to pay attention to those things. And I know you can love somebody all you want, but that doesn't mean that you find respect or a healthy relationship. I love my parents to death, but they were in a place where they were toxic people. So, and I've had we all have had toxic people in our lives.
Toxic people that you
love them sometimes.
Some strong feelings for.
Exactly.
And that can totally turn your life upside down. And you gotta realize that you have to do what's best for you and your sanity.
Right.
And your well-being.
What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome.
A different result. Yes, an outcome. Yes.
So,
and we're here to say that we've reverted to Islam. Both of us have in our lives, and we grew up in families that were broken, and we had abusive relationships within, or saw abuse
and narcissism,
like you wouldn't believe. So we're not guessing on these things.
It's not from theory.
Things we witnessed. So it's very important, even though, and we love the people that are in our family, or that were in our family. Maybe they've passed on, whether they abused alcohol and that caused, or drugs and that caused abuse in the home, or again, you don't have to hit somebody to be abusive. You can mess with their mind, you can mess with their spirit, you can mess with their emotions, and really destroy the fabric of who they are. And so that's control.
Yeah, so that's knowing the signs, seeing what it is for what it is. And then there are, ways to seek help. Seek help for that in a way to, who can you trust? Who can you go to? There are different type of programs
or YouTube. YouTube is a great resource. But in moving a little forward, just to let everybody know, we're doing a quick Q&A session right now. So just a quick Q&A session. I know that we're streaming right now from our YouTube page over at Outstanding Personal Relationships, and also our Facebook page. So if you want to, what we're creating a course. It's going to take us 3 days to do so. And if you want to watch us do it live, all right, live, flaws and all, errors, whatever, before the editing occurs, and get access to it for free, then you would definitely have to go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/BTS for behind the scenes. And you'll get a link by email, and be able to do that when we start. I'm going to be doing today's first module. So we'll be starting again in about 15 minutes. We're going to cut the lives off. And if you're not on our special link in our private area, then you will not be able to see it, which is cool. It's fine. But we do plan to sell the course later this year. It's really going to be very impactful. But since you are, part of our community, definitely want to extend an invitation. So outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/BTS for behind the scenes. I do want to respond to some of the salams, and there are a couple questions that are coming through that I can see right now from our YouTube page. And then I also do Facebook from here. So, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, I've been Renaissance, brother. How you be? Now, Kenny Edwards, you say it's not legal in the USA. Bigamy, you said bigamy is illegal. Yeah, actually, bigamy is absolutely illegal in the USA. And we actually practice polygyny because it's lawful. And what I mean by that is before the USA existed, it was lawful. Before the country that we know existed, it was lawful. I mean, it was given by the creator. Polygyny is an ancient form of marriage, far more than monogamy, if you will. And it's not legalized, meaning statutes, code, annotations, and so on. Now, bigamy means that you went through the state to get married and you have more than one marriage certificate. And that goes into a whole another level of understanding what bonds are and so on when it comes to Federal Reserve and, what is collateral. Now, at the same time, I will let you know that slavery was also legal. So, it depends on really what a person's values are when it comes to that, whether or not you are either going to decide to go with the creator's rules, the actual legislator, or you're going to go by man-made. So we prefer to worship the one who made man versus what man made. So it really doesn't matter that our rules and regulations and bills. I mean, right now, it's absolutely legal for a man to marry another man. Unlawful, and will always be unlawful. All right, all scripture talks about that. But again, it depends on the values of the individual and what they want to do there. So at least, I want to kind of address that one because I know that sometimes that's an issue. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yusuf, my man. So if there are some questions or comments, let me turn this down on the Facebook page. We'll get to that in a second.
That's how you know we're going live.
Right.
Right there.
Right, indeed. Okay, so in Augusta, Georgia, I'll be laughed out of town if you attempted this. Hey, man, listen, people, listen. We're human, okay? Different things affect us.
Right.
All right, you might not be laughed at. You'll be talked about.
Yeah.
You'll be ostracized. Yes. People act like, oh, don't talk to my husband. It might rub off on him as though men don't hardly think about, marrying more than one, especially if you're Muslim. You know what I'm saying? So again, it depends on where we are. And if you're in business or marketing, you're familiar with a concept called FOMO, or fear of missing out. Happened a lot, with the Bitcoin craze or going west after gold was discovered. I mean, it's very well known, just the emotional roller coaster people go through for fear of missing out on opportunities. And one of the biggest challenges we see today now is FOPO, meaning fear of other people's opinions. Fear of other people's opinions.
And we suffer from that.
We have to mature. I mean, once you hit a certain age,
yes.
I remember hearing a quote or something that went along the lines of saying that, at 18, you're always worried about what everybody thought about you. At 40, you stop caring what other people think about you. And then at 65, you're recognizing they weren't thinking about you to begin with. Everybody thinks about themselves, and I heard a while ago, one of my friends say, we always listen to our favorite radio station, WIIFM. WIIFM. Yeah. What's in it for me? You know what I'm saying? So, you may be laughed out of town, you may be ostracized. We receive, depending on who you are, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really came up and just laughed at me or just said anything necessarily directly to me. It's usually more of a feminine trait anyway. And just in general, I mean, men gossip and do silly things as well, but it's not something that's common. Amongst women, it tends to be more common that they may talk crazy or, try to get on the rumor mill or whatever. And that has happened, it does happen. We've lost friends behind it, and they won't say that this is the reason, but all of a sudden, they don't really stop coming around, or we might not receive an invitation to get together, because I don't know which wife or who, and I don't want to be friend and feel like I'm betraying this one. There's things like that occur. Again, petty. They can speak more on that, but yeah, petty more than anything. So if you do have a question though, again, we want to go in about 10 minutes. we're going to start recording our course. So again, if you have not, and if you're on YouTube, you know, like they say, make sure you subscribe. Smash the button so you get notifications when we do go live. And you can share this video, at least, you know, share it, whether you're on Facebook and everything as well. But if you want to view it,
sharing is caring.
Right.
Yeah, about that thing y'all do. Yeah, so do that. Matter of fact, since we're streaming, we're on YouTube, but we're streaming from our laptop on YouTube because we don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So if you aren't subscribed, you're on Facebook, do us a favor, go to our YouTube page, and our YouTube channel, and subscribe. All right, subscribe, get the connections and what we do, so we can be where you are and prayerfully offer some good information. So, Rukai Muhammad, she states, yeah, to fear people's opinion. At the end, it's all what is right before Allah. Indeed, says, absolutely. Musa Manna, assalamu alaikum. You single, you want to marry. How would you help someone who wants to marry? First of all, you have to. This is an easy question, but it's not an easy answer. And the reason I say that is because I have children, right? All right. And daughters have it difficult. I have daughters. So I'm a wali, I'm the guardian. And I want to get them married off naturally, right? So my daughters are all of marriageable age. Well, you know, marriageable age, but maturity-wise, you know, my 19-year-old, she's ready to get married when she's about 20 years old. I don't have a pool of brothers to choose from. However, as a wali, I have an eye out for people. That's how I know I don't have a pool of brothers to choose from. So if you make yourself more attractive, increasing yourself in leadership ability, taking roles and taking responsibility, making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, because if you want a righteous woman, she'll probably be where righteous people are, or at least righteous people will be in that area. So if you're at the masajid or at different events, maybe you can at least get noticed and then put it out there that you're looking for somebody, because the more attractive you become, and I'm not talking about your physical features, that helps, but that's not what attracts a good potential wife. So one is becoming more attractive, and I'm going to be discussing that actually as a small part of the training. So if you're not subscribed to the email list to get the private link, then definitely do that, inshallah. All right, let me see. About 60 minutes, Akhi. Is the course good for single brothers? Oh, that's a good question. Yes, here's the deal. What we're doing, the course is called Going from Monogamy to Polygyny. All right, so in reality, that was me that I made that decision. Okay, I made that decision. My wife, Fatimah, we were married 24 years. She didn't make that decision. She was against that decision.
Absolutely.
And she's gonna talk about that when she goes into her training.
No shame.
My wife Nyla, it's been 9 years. She didn't make that decision. That was really on me. Okay, but there's some reasons. Now,
can we start chanting? It's all your fault. No, okay, that's all right. A little jokey.
So, you know, with that being said, I'm going into different reasons. So, who is it for? It's for people that, again, we're specifically just talking about marriage when it comes to that transition into polygyny, because there are a lot of different factors, dynamics that aren't discussed in the masajid. They aren't taught in classes. Why? Because of that old taboo. Even though, you know, we're Muslims, so we obviously practice Islam, and Islam lays out the rules, regulations, and actually put a limit on the number of people. So polygyny existed before Islam, Prophet Muhammad. So, you know, this is not something new. So when we work with people from different faiths, we work with people with different backgrounds of spirituality, we let them know what our rules and kind of say it, and we talk best practices. So for those who are interested more in polygyny, marrying more than one wife, and probably seeing how to get involved, or what are the best practices, what mistakes and errors that I make, because there were a number of them that I'll be discussing, then it could be possible there. However, if you're just looking to get married and you don't have any wife, it's probably not going to necessarily be the best, other than the leadership portion and things I'll talk about, because in monogamy, you're not going to deal with it. But again, if it's your intention to expand your family and expand yourself, then it may be good for you. So it really depends. So inshallah, that helped. And I know I'm talking too much. So where does a man find women that will be polygynous? Oh, yeah. How long would a module be? Plug in, Kenny, inshallah.
Oh, I wouldn't.
No, we're not. That's not. No, I'm telling you to plug in.
Me. I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Now, this is what you can do. Maybe you can't make the module, right? But you can also send your questions to support@outstandingpersonalrelationships.com. So you can email us. There's also a space on the page where you'll be able to do it while I'm filming. Well, I'm not going to address it while I'm filming. You know, we're talking about it right now, or tomorrow's Q&A. But support at outstandingpersonal relationships.com. That's it, you know, to go from there. So prayerfully, that helps. We're gonna get started in like about 4 minutes. So if you have anything else, do you have to be Muslim to participate in the polygamous lifestyle? No, I don't know how Muslims do it. Like I said, it's polygyny has been around before Islam, so no issue. We do feel that obviously Islam regulated the best and brought it, you know what I'm saying? But no, there are a lot of polygamous societies. Matter of fact, in a number of different places in different parts of Africa, Nigeria or Ghana, non-Muslims practice it more than the Muslims. You know, so can women be abusive to men by always assuming or accusing their spouse of possibly marrying soon? Yes. That's a part of the manipulation. That's part of assuming and assumptions. And we're going to go into that, inshallah. Let's do it. If we're invited to a lecture on polygyny at local masjid, will we do it? Yes, we do actually. Next week, inshallah ta'ala, we'll be filming at the Dean Show. So we're going to be on there with our dear brother Eddie in Chicago and get that done. So that's excellent. No problems with it. Talking to the court compared to some feeling. Farouk, inshallah ta'ala. Yes, it does include the wife's participation. I'm going to be going first. I'm going to be recording. I'm filming first, and then tomorrow, one of them will film. Then the following day they'll film. So that's why it's taking 3 days for the course. So again, outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/BTS to get the link emailed to you right away. We're going to start in about 3 minutes. So if you do have a question that we can address within that time, feel free. If not, no worries. Share the information. Make sure if you can't make it live, we're recording it live, so you can take advantage of it. But there's no recording or replay or anything like that going to be available because we are turning it into a course. I'm going to edit some things, have some worksheets and downloads, audios, and extra bonuses that go along with that. So, but there's also a way you can get it for free. But if you're not on the email list, you won't know.
So get on that email list.
Right.
Okay, I don't even know why I'm even trying because it looks like
we cover most of those.
Okay, yeah.
Right there. Let's say, okay, so if you said single who's a good practicing Muslim was willing to marry, he's available. Now first of all, I'm not a matchmaker either. I know our sister Zara Johnson is, so you may want to look her up. She has Black Muslim Singles and Society and is a very good sister who's plugged in and connected a lot of people. So if you haven't looked her up, Zara Johnson, look her up on Facebook in the Black Muslim Single Society as well. The link is to go to us in a few minutes. Will be outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/BTS, which stands for behind the scenes. So I'm going to get ready to set up. She had a whiteboard behind me. I need to get mic'd up and everything. So if y'all have anything else you should want to kind of talk about or anything that may have came from the live the other day with men in polygyny.
Nothing off the top of my head.
I know. I just got a total brain fart.
Living under one roof. Somebody else asked the question. I know we answered another video, but I want to talk about why it's better to.
Well, I made a joke and asked how it depends on how big the roof is. Because we're talking 56,000 square feet. And, that's a wing of an airplane hangar.
This is your wing.
And that's different. But
some people, the interesting thing is I've encountered some families who actually do live under one roof. And they say that they're fine with it. They're great with it. See,
we're different.
We
have a lot of children, though, to be honest. And I don't like my daughters in my kitchen with me. I'm like, y'all.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the challenges. Let them know about that.
What?
Because the mahrams, you know what I'm saying? I have a stepdaughter. Sons, they got to be covered and everything else.
We didn't practice that. We were like, what? Oh, yes. See, that's
we around each other
so we did not practice this.
I have a 13-year-old son, a 12-year-old son, 7-year-old
14-year-old daughter.
Right. So to the mingling of the children would be difficult in that instance.
That part, but
right, because we look at them as our babies.
And not only that, because we live it all the time. So that's the thing where sometimes we have to think back, like, okay, let's go very basic, and people coming in and seeing it from the basic level, we're like, oh yeah, because we went through this already. We've been through this stuff. Because when my bonus sons, the older ones, when they come by, my daughter covers.
Right.
If it was same with my oldest son, who is 20,
And I have a 19
so he go to the other house, they have to cover. So
it's
so
not practical for us right now. But again, if we talk about how big is the roof, is she?
Yeah, that's true.
Double digits square feet.
Because temporarily we stayed under one roof when we traveled.
But we had all the boys. There were no
that's
girls with us.
Yeah, the girls weren't with us. And with us, we shared the kitchen. We did that stuff. We shot together. We did all of that stuff. So it's pretty much on, if it works for your family,
right.
And
if it works
for you, then it works for you. Sometimes it's not practical. And like with, Muslims who have like bonus children, so these are, or stepchildren, how people call them.
We like to say bonus.
I don't like to use the word step. Yeah. However, it's not practical because of the covering and the being comfortable in your own space. Yeah. For the long and short,
Good answer.
Short answer.
All right, y'all. Definitely appreciate you guys being here. We are about to go live to film. Again, our course going from monogamy to polygyny, and I'm going to be starting with the first part of the training. So if you would like to watch it live for free, outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/BTS. We are about to disconnect from our YouTube live as well as our Facebook live. Prayerfully, those of you who are available can go ahead and catch it. If you can't, still get on the email list because we still have other pop-up things where we do that we don't share on social media. So again, appreciate you. We out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all.
And I'll see you in a few minutes if you are on the list. Peace.
Peace. Let's do the response. Now, too funny. Okay. Is still recording?
Yes. It's Nyla, Coach Nyla.
I was just trying to make sure. Yeah. I did. What I did.
More deaths?
Do you want this up higher?